Venezuela has declared Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar persona non grata, escalating tensions between the two neighboring countries. The move follows a series of diplomatic confrontations triggered by the arrival of the U.S. Navy destroyer USS Gravely at the port of Spain. Venezuelan officials accused Trinidad of allowing its territory to be used for U.S. military operations in the Caribbean, describing it as a new form of imperialism. Defense Minister Vladimir Padrino Lopez stated that Trinidad is lending its territory to the United States, calling it an act of hostility against Venezuela. This follows Vice President Delcy Rodriguez's announcement suspending all gas agreements with Trinidad and Tobago, labeling the nation's actions as hostile conduct. The Venezuelan National Assembly voted to bar Persad-Bissessar from entering the country, formally designating her unwelcome under international diplomatic protocol. In response, Persad-Bissessar dismissed the decision, telling reporters she had no intention of visiting Venezuela anyway. Relations between the two countries have rapidly deteriorated in recent weeks, driven by U.S. military activity across the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago has openly supported the American deployment, which includes 7 warships, a submarine, and several aircraft. The U.S. has described these operations as anti-narcotics missions, targeting alleged drug trafficking boats. Since early September, at least 13 U.S. strikes have taken place in the Caribbean and Eastern Pacific, destroying 14 vessels and killing an estimated 57 people. However, the U.S. has not released evidence linking the victims to drug smuggling, drawing criticism from international legal experts who warn the strikes may violate international law. Venezuelan Foreign Minister Ivan Gil Pinto told the United Nations that the U.S. campaign represents an illegal and immoral threat against regional sovereignty. President Nicolas Maduro accused the U.S. and its allies of trying to destabilize his government under the guise of anti-drug operations. The suspension of gas agreements between Venezuela and Trinidad marks a significant economic and political setback. The two countries share energy infrastructure and have collaborated for years on natural gas projects critical to the Caribbean's energy supply. The halt threatens billions in potential revenue and could disrupt energy security in the region. Caracas has also recalled several diplomats, further straining official communication channels. Meanwhile, reports from Port of Spain indicate that Trinidad's government is considering a mass deportation of undocumented migrants, most of whom are Venezuelan. A leaked memorandum from Trinidad's Homeland Security Minister ordered a halt to any releases from detention centers and raised the possibility of a coordinated deportation campaign. This move could worsen an already tense humanitarian situation for thousands of Venezuelans seeking refuge on the island. The U.S. Navy's growing presence in Caribbean waters has raised fears of a broader confrontation. Analysts say Washington's strategy echoes Cold War-era tactics of applying military pressure on regimes it opposes. With both sides standing firm, the diplomatic rift between Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago now threatens to destabilize regional alliances, disrupt trade, and heighten security risks near one of the world's busiest maritime corridors. The crisis underscores how quickly U.S. military moves in the Caribbean can inflame regional politics and deepen divisions among neighboring states.